Hello and welcome back to the Downsized. Today is Sunday, August 3rd, 2025, and my name is Laraine Durham. I'm here with my husband of 22 years, Christopher Durham, and this is our channel, The Downsized. We talk about everything related to weight loss and the use of GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, Semaglutide, Tirzepatide,
Manjaro. Bound. She's going to run out of
It's always a varied list as to how I say it. But anyway, this is our weekly weigh-in. This is our opportunity to tell you what's been going on in our week, what's been going on with us, and to answer some viewer questions. We hope that you will like and subscribe to our channel, The Downsized. So please take a minute to go ahead and click that like button and subscribe to The Downsized. Also want to say that we are not doctors and this is not medical advice. Before you start any kind of weight loss journey, please be sure to check with your doctor or healthcare professional. Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that, Mr. Durham?
What'd I think about that? Sounds fabulous. Sounds fabulous.
Okay.
I think it's lovely that it's a much cooler day today.
It is. A lot of people are calling this false fall here in the South. We're able to sit outside because it is a brisk 77 degrees versus the 97 degree temperatures that we have been having. So that makes it much easier to get outside, do some movement. I actually walked outside today. I walked 3 miles. I haven't walked in a long time, but I'm kind of getting back into that a little bit. I even jogged for a little bit.
How'd that go?
It wasn't bad. You know, I over COVID, I was walking this 3 mile route I have in the neighborhood. I did it almost every day. And when I was big into running a few years, 5 or so years back, I also, more than that, I was running, but I had this route that I ran in the neighborhood, so I know all the hills, and sometimes I would walk up the hills or run down the hills. And I haven't done that since I've lost 50 pounds, and so I jogged a little bit today just to see how it felt and to see if it would be easier for me now down 50 pounds. Well, of course, it was a little bit easier, and I even had the thought of, now I understand how people can jog and talk at the same time, because I could never do that before. And I was always like fascinated by people who could jog and talk at the same time, because I had to so focus on my breathing that talking was just out of the question. So I did a little alternating jog walk and got my exercise in today. I'm doing a 30-day challenge. Thanks to Jamie Seltzer. We interviewed him the other day, and he's challenged people to a 30 days of movement challenge. So I started in August. You guys might want to start this too, hashtag 30 and 30. And challenge yourself to get 30 minutes of exercise in every day. So today was walk. Yesterday I did cardio dance at the gym. Friday I did a bar class at the gym, in addition to my pull-up challenge, hashtag pull-up challenge, which I want to talk about in a minute, but I'll let you say something.
Oh, gee, do I get to talk?
Well, we'll let you go first today about your week.
About my week? Mm-hmm. My week was good. I mean, let's see, we had gone to Washington and come back from the conference. Our shot was a couple of days late because we had forgotten it, so we took our shot on Sunday when we got back, which consequently meant it was a little longer. People were asking, where are you going to push your next week's shot to Sunday as well, so it's still 7 days out? Nope, I took mine on Friday. So it was a 5-day gap, which was fine. I kind of got a little extra kick in there. We started this whole journey in September of 2023. Ryan can tell you a specific date.
September 29th, 2023. This is week 95.
Week 95. I started at 286.4 pounds. And as of today, I was 182.6 pounds, which means I'm 103.8 down.
Down. All right, excellent.
I think, which actually means I'm a couple of pounds up from the prior weigh-in, but I think I was down 106 pounds before, which is kind of weird. I don't know that that was really right anyway.
It did seem like a big drop.
I think that was the day that we were weighing with the
On the travel scale.
travel scale, and the batteries died, and so I don't know that that was a real weight. But anyway, so that's basically my lowest weight beyond the batteries were dying on the scale weight was 104 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
My target weight, or what I call center weight, is 185 pounds. So a few pounds up, a few pounds down.
Oh yeah, 183.
182.6. So within a few pounds of 185.
Yeah, that's good.
It's fine. And then
285. 185.
185 is my center weight. 182.6 is what I currently weigh, which makes me 103.8 pounds down.
Got it.
All of that stuff. But it was honestly just kind of a regular week. Nothing all that fascinating going on. We've got stuff we're working on and planning on, but nothing big. Just kind of
nothing big. Just kind of a normal week at home.
How about you?
Okay, so this is week 95 of our GLP-1 journey, Tirzepatide journey. All those things. We started on September 29th, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to have to remember the years now as time goes by. I started at 193 pounds. I'm a 5'5", 56-year-old mother of 3 grown children, and I have been about 50 pounds down now. I've maintained that for the past year. Today I was 143.6, so I'm up a little bit. I'm at 49.4 pounds down. No big deal, right? I've been working on building muscle. So I've been focusing on trying to hit my protein targets of 80 to 100 grams of protein a day. I've been working out at the gym with weights and doing my pull-up challenge, trying to be able to do that. And I have seen my muscle go up a little bit. I'm not really sure how much muscle you can really build in a week or in a month. I don't think it's that much, maybe a pound or 2. So, but I have seen my muscle go up a little bit. I have the Renfro scale that tells you your body fat percent and your weight and your muscle mass and your a bunch of different stuff, BMI, a bunch of different metrics you can look at on that. I had been on a 7.5 milligram dose. As Christopher said, last week we took our shot on Sunday, which was a few days off of our regular day of Friday. And I did a 7.5 milligram dose last week. Christopher did his shot on Friday, and I said, you know what, I don't think I want to do mine quite on Friday. And then I was going to do it on Saturday, and then I forgot. And so that brings us to Sunday, where I just now did my shot. Mm-hmm. And there was the vial that was open in our refrigerator didn't quite have enough to get me to a 7.5 milligram dose. So I pulled every available drop that I could out of that, and I said, I need to take 44 units, and this is really 35 units, and what should I do? Christopher, of course, said, well, take a second shot. I said, no, thank you. No, thank you. I don't take 2 shots.
Well, you could have opened another vial.
Yeah, but I'd already pulled it out, and I didn't want to push it back in, and anyway, so I said, you know what, let me just take this, and let me calculate how many milligrams I really just took. So using math to solve for X, I figured out that my shot today was 5.96 milligrams of Tirzepatide. And you guys are probably thinking, how did you figure that out? That's a great question for you to ask ChatGPT if you put all the units and all the things from your prescription into that and ask it to figure out how many units is a 7.5 milligram dose based on these metrics. It'll do that for you. Okay, so today's dose I took was 5.96 milligrams of compounded Tirzepatide. And I had been on a 7.5 milligram dose. And so I said, you know what, I think that's fine. It's almost 6. I had been 7.5. And I think I might come back around and catch back up with Christopher on Friday and take my next dose on Friday. So I'll see how I feel with that this week. I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. This is just something I did. And I really do hate to take 2 shots. I have had to do that in the past because different compounding pharmacies mix things up differently, but I don't think they are doing it like that anymore.
So if all of that conversation around dosage, units, and math just confuse you, do not take it as anything that you need to do. Read the instructions on your package.
Right.
Every compounding pharmacy mixes concentrations differently. What she just said may or may not be true.
I don't want to confuse anybody.
Yeah, don't go off what was just said, please. Read your instructions and make sure everyone does it differently.
Yeah. So that's what I did this week, and I've been trying to do my pull-up challenge. So some of you have been following along with me, so thank you if you have tagged me or sent me your videos for your hashtag Downsized pull-up challenge or hashtag pull-up challenge. I've gotten to where I can do an assisted pull-up on the 30-pound assist on my weight machine at the gym. So what that means is on the 30-pound mark, it's taking 30 pounds off of my body weight. So I'm pulling up 133, no, it's starting to rain. 100, I weigh 143, so it's taking off 30, so it's raining.
It's fine. No, it's fine.
Okay. So anyway, it's giving me that assist, but basically I'm pulling up all of my body weight except for 30 pounds. I tried on 20 yesterday. I could not even do it a little bit. I was like, you know what? I should be able to do it by now. No, I'm just gonna have to keep doing and keep trying. Maybe people have sent me some other exercises to try that may help with that. So I'll be taking a look
So
at
I'm
that.
curious. So Laraine interviewed Dr. Jones, DC, right?
Yes.
The other day, so watch for that coming up. But his suggestion on doing that was to lower the weight until you could do, what did he say, 5 to 8
5
reps?
to 8 reps to
and
failure.
then once you could do that repeatedly.
Yeah. And I did take that strategy yesterday. So I started at 50 pounds, and then I did, I think, 5 reps. And then I did 40 pounds, and then I did a few reps, and then I did on 30. But people have suggested different things to me, and I'm open for trying it because I don't know what I'm doing. I just really want to be able to do one pull-up. And if you guys have followed along, the quest for doing that stems from my personal trauma in the 80s related to the presidential physical fitness test in elementary school. I think it was 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. We had to do this presidential physical fitness test. And the one thing I could not do is the flex arm hang. I was just heavier. I just didn't have the upper body strength. I could not hold my chin above the bar. I think it had to be for maybe 30 seconds. I couldn't do it. I missed it by maybe 5 seconds. My skinny friend, Amy, she could hang there all day. She could whistle a tune, like no problem. But she also probably weighed all of, 80 pounds. So it was very frustrating to me because I was a good student. I made straight A's.
What does that have to do with it?
I could do all give me a test. I'm going to pass it. I'm going to exceed at it. I'm going to make 100% of a test. And you give me this test and I can't pass it. And it really was discouraging. It was not helpful. It made me mad. And even now, I was probably age 12 at the time, and now here I am 56 years old, and I'm still I still remember it like clear as the day. The coach, PE teacher, standing there with the clipboard and the timer, and he's like, just hang on a little longer. And I'm like, I can't. And then dropping. It's just very traumatic. And now I learn that they want to bring back, or they are bringing back, the presidential fitness physical fitness test into schools. And, there was no training us for this test. There was no like studying,
No,
right?
you just showed up and you did it.
You just showed up one day and they said, okay, now we're going to time you and see how many pull-ups and sit-ups you can do in a minute, and push-ups and, you know, all the things, and the shuttle run. And okay, I mean, we're kids. We're doing what we're told, right? So we're doing, Jojo, don't drink my water. We're doing what we're told. I was never like trained on how to do the flex arm hang. It was just like, here, okay, girls, line up. I'm going to time you one at a time. Yeah, so now here I am today, 40 years or whatever later, you know, working on, and it's hard. It's not something that I could just do then. It's not something I could just do now. And I think, you know, that was so discouraging for me as a child, to have to go through that and not be able to do it. And all my friends got this little patch. You got a patch, you got a letter signed by the president saying congratulations. And I was just like, you know what? I can do everything else in school and I can't do this. And it was just the worst. And you know, people have told me stories about how they had to line up in gym class and be weighed in front of everyone. Oh my God. Luckily for me, I did not have to suffer that trauma. But you know, what good is going to come out of doing this physical fitness test? Like, I just think it's unless you're going to train them, unless you're going to spend like a semester, you know, practicing running sprints or practicing, you know, building up your arm muscles,
Did
or
you see
practicing
Jojo?
things. Yeah, here's Jojo.
Jojo says, I'm done.
I'm just, and I've seen a lot of people online talking about how they were traumatized by the presidential physical fitness test in the 80s. And I never.
It goes back to Kennedy. It goes back a long time.
I think somebody said Eisenhower put it in place to basically make children more fit for war or something. Was the origins of this? Like, what the what? You know, surely there's better ways to improve children's physical fitness other than just some random test on a Tuesday to see who can hold their chin above the bar the longest. Like, that's, anyway.
Are you done? This feels like it might go with the weighted vest rant. I don't know. I feel like there's lots of comments coming on this one.
No, but I mean, I'm all for children having PE class and playing games and doing sports. And, you know, I did sports. I did softball. I ran track. I was a cheerleader. I did all the things, right? Even at a heavier weight than most of my friends. I just kind of tried to, you know, muscle through it, right? So, I don't know. I'm just, I'm anti-presidential fitness test.
Okay.
Very much anti.
I don't have any emotional connection one way or the other.
No emotional connection to that.
Yeah.
And in other weighted vest news, I told my friend Shelly I'd talked about her, there's Jojo back there, on our channel about the weighted vests, and I told her the whole saga, how I was anti-weighted vests. And she's like, that's really stupid, Laraine. I said, well, most of the internet agrees with you, Shelly, that I then had to be educated on the merits of wearing a weighted vest. But there were a few of you that agreed with me on my outrage over why you want to wear weighted vests. You know, and it occurred to me as I'm jogging today.
Can we not go down this path again?
It occurred to me as I was trying to jog today how much easier it was 50 pounds lighter. You know,
you've been injuring yourself a lot.
I wore my weighted vest as fat for years, and now I have taken that off, and I don't want to put it back on. That's just my point of view. If you like weighted vests, then you do you.
Anything else you'd like to rant about today?
I don't know. Give me a minute. I might come up with another one. Jojo back there. Jojo likes this cooler weather.
Well, before we jump into questions, why don't you tell them about today's sponsor?
Today's post is sponsored by Replenza. So I've been using Replenza vitamins. They are formulated for GLP-1 support. There's vitamins, and there's also this daily replenisher that you mix into some water. It's got good things for muscle recovery, digestive health, skin elasticity. It's got all these things on the back. We'll put a link in the description where you can check out Repleniza. I've been using it. I like it. If I didn't like it, I would not promote it.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, very good. Oh, let's see here. I've got all kinds of good stuff. Let's see here from Mac. Says, good morning. I want to say how much my wife and I have enjoyed all the information you all have provided for so many people on their weight loss journey. Both of us have learned a great deal from your experiences. This is long. I'm not going to read all of this. Hearing about others' journeys, getting expert advice. That being said, I wonder if you have considered talking about successes people have had having to switch from Zepbound to Wegovy because of the CVS Caremark situations. We'll take this in pieces. What I would tell you is the CVS Caremark situation is so new. I don't really know that there are success stories or non-success stories out there right now. I think it's really just happening. So certainly as people have stories to tell, we're happy to tell them. And if you have a story to tell and you'd like to come on, love to have you. He goes on to say, like many others, both of us are in this situation and we'd like to embrace the opportunity. Insurance is paying for it. We always say the best GLP-1 is the one your insurance is paying for.
Yeah.
Anyway, not focus so much on switching to a different medication or all the negatives associated with the change. It seems like the vast majority of videos lately have been about Zepbound, Tirzepatide, Mounjaro. I would love to hear more success stories people have had about Wegovy. So Wegovy, up until very, very recently, was the number one selling GLP-1, and it's kind of going back and forth now. So I think there's right at 70 interviews we have. And if you go back, there's quite a few that have been about Wegovy. There's even a Laraglutide one in there. I think there's one Laraglutide one.
Can they search Wegovy in the interviews?
I think you can, but there's a lot out there. Many people, like Jamie, who we interviewed a few weeks ago, Wegovy has been part of their solution. So they took Wegovy or Ozempic all the way through to the top dose. They kind of ran it out and then they switched to Tirzepatide. The way we look for interviews like this, honestly, is to say, hey, would you like to come on and be an interview? So we're not looking for anything in particular, but we love to have a variety of stories, which is why we invite people every week. So how can people do an interview?
If you'd like to come on the Downsized Dish and tell us your story, you can send me an email to Laraine at thedownsized.org, Laraine at thedownsized.org, and just say, hey, Laraine, I'd love to be on the Downsized Dish. I'll send you a link to our email, and we'll get you set up. I guess our journey has been focused on Tirzepatide, Mounjaro, Zepbound, because that's what we've used, but we have heard from many people who have had success with Wegovy or Ozempic. Ozempic and Wegovy are the same exact medicine, just like Mounjaro and Zepbound are the same exact medicine.
So we're always looking for people. And what I would tell you is, although they're slightly different medicines, obviously one's a GLP-1, one's a GLP-1 GIP, the side effect profiles and so forth are remarkably similar. What you're going to eat is remarkably similar. A lot of the pieces are remarkably similar. Nothing's ever exactly the same. But so yeah, if you'd like to come on, please join us. We're always happy to do that. We have a lot scheduled over the next few weeks. You will probably see us run in 2, maybe even 3 a week. I've got so many because basically they come in and it's the first come, first serve. As we record them, I run them, right? So, and we're happy to run as many as we get. All right, let's see here. Joe says, I have a question about Zepbound with the syringe. When I draw from the vial, I don't usually get every single drop out. Is that common? So Joe is getting from Eli Lilly Direct in vials. Whether it's Lilly Direct or any of the compounded things, they always overfill the vials just a little bit so that you can pull out your complete dose. So on your instructions, it'll say the complete dose to pull out. There's always going to be a little bit left in the vial. That's not a surprise to anyone. It's almost impossible to get every drop out. If you turn the vial, or if you withdraw the syringe, air into it, and inject the syringe into the vial, it'll pressurize it. You can turn it upside down, pull the tip of the needle out, and draw. You'll be able to get as much as you can possibly get. That's fine.
This was also a discussion that happened in my Facebook group this week. My Facebook group is the Downsized Adventure with Laraine and Christopher. If you'd like to request entry. If you answer the questions, I will approve you to come into the Facebook group, or one of my admins will approve you. So we have not used the Lilly Direct Zepbound vials. We have used compounded Tirzepatide from a compounding pharmacy, which also involves the needle and the syringe and the vial. So we're very familiar with trying to get every drop out of those vials. What one of our viewers told me that I did not know was that when you get the Lilly Direct Zepbound vials, there's instructions that say how many units you pull out for your dose. So once you pull out that number of units out of the vial, that's your dose. They do overfill, like Christopher said, they do overfill those vials a little bit. I would think it would be a negligible amount, but I had a viewer told me that it could be up to 2 milligrams, 2.5 milligrams more than your prescribed dose. So you do want to read those directions that come with your medicines. Those Lilly Direct vials are single-use vials. So you pull out your dose, you inject it, you throw the vial away. Even if there's some left over in there, and people are like, oh, it's so expensive, I want to get every... It doesn't have the preservatives and the things that the compounded Tirzepatide has to make it able to go back into the refrigerator. So read the directions, pull out the units that it's prescribed for you, and throw away the rest. It's fine.
Absolutely. Another question from MLGI5D. Question, I'm getting confused on titrating up. Is 2.5 the same amount in the injection as 5, just a stronger dose, or does 5 mean taking more at once? I'm confused with her talking about the pen changing the dose. So she was talking about this is one of the interviews.
In the UK.
Yeah, this is one of the interviews. So first of all, we're not doctors. Not doctors. If you have a question specifically about your dosing or anything, please talk to your doctor or pharmacy. In general, so in this case, they were talking about in the UK, they have pens. So they have Zepbound pens or they're not Zepbound, they're actually Mounjaro pens, but it's the same medication that work a little differently than the ones in the US, and you turn it by clicks and it measures out the dose.
The medicine is inside, and you turn the pen a certain number of clicks for what dose you're on.
If we're talking about Zepbound Eli Lilly Direct vials, they will tell you how much to take. It'll only be one shot. I think it's always the same amount of liquid, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. We don't
I'm
have
pretty
that.
sure it is. If you're talking about compounded vials, then the amount of liquid that you take may well vary based off of the dosage. And that's going to depend on your specific pharmacy. So read your instructions and follow them closely. You shouldn't really have, I don't think there's really any out there that you're going to have to take two shots anymore. There used to be some, but
I think they've changed that.
Yeah, but most often you won't. Oh, why don't you read this one here from Dr. Harry Thompson.
Dr. Harry Thompson says, wondering whether the system needs changing rather than the pharmaceutical industry. Absolutely. How can Novo and Lilly improve things significantly if there are so many middlemen? Well, I've got the answer right there. They can drop the price. Problem solved.
So this was in response to the video that I did about Trump's letters that went out to the 17 drug manufacturers about lowering prices. So let me start talking about that just a little bit, and then we'll answer this question. In general, the comments that came about that video, probably 70% of them demonstrated that the folks did not watch the video. They just didn't. They just went ahead and saw the title, saw the headline. They loved the politician, they hated the politician, and they commented correspondingly. It's disappointing to me, honestly. I know how YouTube works and all that, but I really wish people would watch the video because it's a much more robust conversation. We cover every politician that's going to talk. If a politician is talking about this or trying to do something, we're going to talk about it. Doesn't mean we necessarily endorse them, doesn't mean we love them or hate them, but it means it's in the news and we're going to tell you about it.
No such thing as bad publicity.
Right. There's no such thing. Basically, we need to raise the level of the conversation. I had to block several people in that conversation because every time I do this, I say, we are not a political channel. Please keep your comments to talking about fighting the disease of obesity and affordability and accessibility. This is about fighting the disease of obesity is not about fighting each other. Pretty much that exact thing. And every time somebody's in there saying, I hate so-and-so, I love so-and-so, all these things, if you call anybody a name, I don't care who it is, whether it's a viewer or a politician, the odds of me deleting your comment are 100%. Go do that on Facebook or in Reddit. We're not doing that here. If you want to disagree or agree about policy, about pricing, about accessibility, all those things, absolutely go for it. But this is not the place to argue over, I hate this politician, I love this politician. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. We covered Biden, we've talked about Bernie Sanders, we've talked about Donald Trump, we'll talk about the next person. There were people in this last video on both sides of the aisle that are absolutely positive they know what we believe and what we think, and they're unsubscribing because of it. And that video didn't say any of that.
Yeah, no, it's people just want to argue, right? People, it's the internet. People are just going to argue. They're just going to see a headline and angrily type a response. So,
and they didn't watch the video. They didn't watch the video. What I believe is what I said in the video is that to have a solution happen for this, and this is where it gets back to answering this question, there is no single politician who is going to solve this problem. It is going to require a bipartisan effort across everybody to make a change. And yes, the entire system needs to change.
Well, and we want to start with the passage of the Treat and Reduce Obesity Act.
Yeah.
That's currently a bill that several of our GLP-1 friends went to Congress and lobbied for last week at the Obesity Action Coalition conference. So, and we'll put a link to that in the description where you can, through the Obesity Action Coalition, click the link, tell your congresspeople to pass the Treat and Reduce Obesity Act. It's called TROA. And that's the first step to getting these medications covered by Medicaid, covered by Medicare. And then if they're covered by those two things, eventually it trickles down to all insurances. So that's what our focus needs to be.
So yeah, the whole system needs to change. And honestly, I talk about that in the video. Yeah, PBMs need to change or go away. Yes, manufacturers need to lower their prices. Yes, we need to have conversations around how we, the American citizen, are funding much of this research, and why don't we own part of the medications? I mean, there's so many levels. So
it's all good points.
Don't think of it as I need to do this or this. Think of it as we need to do all of it. This is a multi-front battle, and we need to fight.
And what can I do as a middle-aged mom of 3 who lives in North Carolina? Like, what can I do? Well, you can click that button and tell your congressman to pass this Treat and Reduce Obesity Act. It's a good start.
Yep. All right, this one's just for you.
I'm afraid to read it. Will you ever flex your arms again? You are amazing. Wow. And it's from Real Funny 7. Well, thanks, Real Funny 7. All right, you ready? Here we go. I didn't work out today. It may not be that great. All right, prepare yourselves. Okay, so there you go. Actually, a lady at the gym, we were about to do, I don't know, cardio dance or something the other day. And she said, oh, I know, it was in bar class. And she looked over at me and she goes, your arms are, I just want to tell you that your arms are amazing. What is it that you do? And I'm like, this class? She goes, what do you use? Do you go in the weight machines and in the, I said, well, no, I'm doing a pull-up challenge if you want to join me over there when we're done here. She did not want to join me, but start where you are, right? I've been working out with weights at this particular gym now for almost 3 years. And when I started, I was 60 pounds heavier and I was using like 3 or 5 pound weights. Okay, so I've just kind of moved up gradually over time. Now I've added this pull-up challenge. And it's good to challenge yourself, right? It's good to try to level up every once in a while. But thanks for the arm comment.
You can read that next one too.
The next one says, when you say, this is from Brooklyn Joyce, when you say you're on maintenance, are you still taking the shots? Weekly, bi-weekly, monthly? Or have you now stopped the shots? I am still taking the shots. I currently take my shot every 7 days. The dose that I take honestly varies by how I'm feeling. I try to keep it consistent, but like I mentioned at the beginning, I was taking 7.5. I've been taking 7.5 for the past 4 weeks. I took 5.96 today because that was what was left in the vial. I may drop down to 5. I have dropped as low as 5. I'm using compounded Tirzepatide as a tool, right? It's a tool to treat the disease of obesity. It's not a cure. I believe it is a tool. And as such, I can adjust it as needed, right? So I've been in maintenance now for a year. When I hit my goal weight, I was at 12.5 milligrams of compounded Tirzepatide. I stepped down to 10. I did 10 for 6 or 8 weeks. I did 7.5 for a couple months. And now I'm either like a 5 milligram dose or a 7.5 milligram dose. I have talked to doctors who maybe suggest, and you can ask your doctor about stretching out the dose. I've been hesitant to stretch out my dose. I'm really just, how when you first start and you see the weight start to come down and you don't really believe it's going to keep working, and it keeps working, and you keep losing, and you're having this consistent weight loss, and you're like, wow, this stuff really works. Well, now I'm in maintenance. That's kind of where I'm at, right? Is this really going to keep working? Am I really going to be able to maintain this 50-pound loss forever? I don't know. I mean, I kind of don't want to mess with it in that, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of way. But as I get more confident in my thinking that I will be able to maintain this 50-pound loss for for a long period of time, I may start to try different things, and I'll always tell you guys what I'm doing. A lot of people ask me where I get my compounded Tirzepatide. I get my compounded Tirzepatide from Mochi Health. They're an online platform. I see the Mochi Health doctor
This
online.
is not a sponsored post. So to answer the question, let's review what maintenance is. So we did an interview with Dr. G a couple of weeks ago, and the way he talked about it was when you get to the point where you have reached your desired plateau, your goal weight, what I call center weight, whatever it is, maintenance is simply that task at your desired plateau where you're going to maintain your weight within a variant, usually a few pounds up or down. Now, there's different levers that you can pull on that. You can adjust your medication, either in dosage or in time span. You can adjust how much you eat. You can adjust your activity. There's different levers that you can pull, but it's that process that goes basically after the weight loss the rest of your life, right? You are maintaining that spot. You're staying at your desired plateau. So for me, I think I've been at my center weight for the last 25 weeks now. I'm at a 15 milligram dose, and I have been for 40 weeks, 45 weeks. I don't even know. I don't write it down like Laraine does. For a long time, it's working very well for me. I take it every 7 days. I don't have any intention of stretching it out or changing it at this point. It's working. We had another doctor tell us if it's working, why are you changing it? So I'm just kind of in that space. Maybe I will at some point. I don't know. But it's really the rest of your life, right? It's really just living with
I have the
your
disease
desired
of
plateau.
obesity, right? We know that obesity is a disease, and it's not our faults. Our brains just drive us to constantly eat, and it's much easier to manage what you're eating when your brain's not telling you to eat all the time. So, and it goes back to, in maintenance, you want to make lifestyle changes, right? You want to eat healthy food. You want to get enough protein in. You want to get some exercise into your day. These are all healthy lifestyle changes that may seem daunting at first, but you just incorporate them a little bit over time until, now it's been 95 weeks for us. We've had time. This doesn't all happen overnight. This doesn't all happen in a month.
No.
This doesn't all, the average weight loss is a half a pound to 2 pounds a week, right? So this is going to take time, and that's okay. And then your maintenance journey is going to take time, and that is also okay. So it's really, undoing those years of diet culture and those years of being afraid to eat or afraid of being hungry or afraid of food, really, because I've spent so many years trying to push down that hunger in my mind, trying to delay it, trying not to eat the foods that I wanted, trying to eat what I thought were diet foods or the right foods, right? So it's going to take time to make these changes, and that's okay. You don't have to make them all at once. It's progress, not perfection.
One last question from Lori Amber 8474. She says, what is the Oprah ads for pink salt all about? I think for sure it's AI generated ad, fake of course, but it's so realistic and I can't believe whoever's behind it is getting away with it. There are several others also, but Oprah is the most prominent one. Please voice what you know about it. So I actually looked this up because I hadn't seen them, and they're floating around out there. They are completely AI generated. Oprah has issued a statement about it. She does not support those, and there's a number of other celebrities that they've made. If you see those ads, basically the only effective weight loss medications are prescription medications. They're primarily Zepbound, Mounjaro, Ozempic, Wegovy, Tirzepatide, Semaglutide. You're going to have to get a prescription for it. All those these that they're doing AI generated Oprahs, it's a scam. They're going to steal your money. You don't know what you're getting. Don't do it. Oprah has issued a statement about it. Actually, several people have.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people trying to take advantage of desperate people out there. Don't let them. If you're not sure, don't buy it.
Well, it goes back to those things like what were we seeing? The Tirzepatide patches scam. It's not a thing. Don't waste your money. If there was something else out there that worked, I would have come across it by now.
But talk to your doctor because those are all prescription medications and they can help you with those. There's not anything over the counter. There's just not. And there's certainly not anything you're going to buy online.
I mean, beyond like a vitamin or a
these may be helpful for sure, but it's not.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we tell them about the cruise?
Cruise, you say?
Cruise, you say.
Cruise? We had such a great time on our first Downsized 2025 cruise that we decided to do it again and have another one. So we're going to have our second, probably annual, Downsized cruise. It's going to be in June of 2026. I think it's June 4th through 8th. This time we're going to be on Royal Caribbean, and I think it's Freedom of the Seas. We hope that you will join us. We had about 52 viewers last time. Come and join us. We had a fantastic time, so please come and join us. If you don't like cruising, why not? We love cruising. We've probably been on over 30 cruises.
At least.
And we're planning on another one in a couple weeks that we're just personally going on. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to have all your activities kind of planned for you. You don't have to think about where to go or what to do, or it's all in there. So we love it. We hope that you will join us. You can go to our website at thedownsized.org, click on the cruise tab, and that will connect you with our travel partners, our travel agents, Kelly and Roberta, and they can help you book or answer any questions that you might have.
While you're there, you can go RSVP for our meetups that are coming up. Basically, we have, I think, one meetup a month through the end of the year. Charlotte, Orlando, Vegas, Kelly Clarkson, we're coming.
Atlanta.
Chicago, Atlanta.
Yeah.
So go check it out. You can RSVP. It's absolutely free. Just come hang out with us, say hello, meet a bunch of other GLP-1 users, and
Yeah, we might have some cool swag to pass out.
I might have a JoJo pin if you show up.
Yeah, so that'll be good. A lot of these places we were traveling to anyway. We're going to be at Obesity Week in Atlanta in November. It's a more of a scientific conference.
A medical conference.
It's a medical conference. We're going to be there with our friend Condi Carmack from cancerobesityconnection.org. If you're at Obesity Week, come by the Downsized booth and say hello.
We'll be broadcasting live from the floor of the trade show.
Yep. So that'll be fun.
It's going to be very, very exciting. All right, there's a lot of cool stuff coming up. We've got, I think I probably have 20 different Downsized Dish interviews, and I think there's 4 or 5 already completed, and we have a lot coming up. So stay tuned for all that. We've got a number of doctors and nutritionists coming as well.
I just got, I bought from Amazon Summer the Dietitian's book, Living Your Best Semaglutide Life. I'm going to try to get Summer to come on and tell us about her book. I'm going to read the book, and we met Summer the Dietitian at the Obesity Action Coalition conference. So if you're looking for, another guide on, how to navigate these GLP-1 waters, you can find it on Amazon, Living Your Best Semaglutide Life.
Yep. We also
I'll put it in our Amazon store too.
Yeah. We also have been putting a bit more emphasis behind TikTok these days, because we met all these cool TikTokers at the Obesity Coalition conference. Not a lot, but anyway. So if you're on TikTok, go check out the Downsized. Hit us up there. And what's the one that you have, Darla?
I'm Laraine from the Downsized, so you can find me there too. I made a TikTok this morning about my walk that I was going on this morning, and talking about how and that whole theme of progress, not perfection, because Jamie Seltzer,
Seltzer. There's another L in there.
Seltzer, sorry, Jamie. Challenged his viewers to do 30 days of movement, and 30 days of movement in the month of August. So I started that, and I've been documenting my progress with that. And then, I remembered back to one of my Weight Watchers leaders who had this really fun challenge. She handed us all a coloring sheet. It was a big sneaker, and she had 90 little segments that you could color in on the sneaker every time you did a workout for consecutive days in a row. And so I thought, I'm going to do 90 days of consecutive exercise. Well, I got to about day 8, and something happened. I didn't work out, whatever. And I was like, well, that's over. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anyone to be discouraged by a challenge because you have to miss a day, right? So, you challenging yourself to one day at a time, maybe challenging yourself to a couple of days a week is fine. Like you have to start where you are, right? If you're not a regular exerciser, if you're not a regular workout person, to do 30 minutes of exercise every day for 30 days might seem overwhelming. So you know what? Do what you can. I hear JoJo. JoJo's
right
back there. JoJo says, yes, that's right. So you know what? Do what you can. But it's Cat. JoJo. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. Anyway, it's progress, not perfection, right? So, adjust your goals according to where you are. It's a journey, right? This is your life. There's no finish line, technically.
Now, if you've watched to the end, leave a sunshine out there. It's been a nice sunny summer, so leave a sunshine on there.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
So thank you very much for watching us. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We are publishing videos every day. No telling what we publish tomorrow. Actually, we'll publish the news tomorrow. You know that. All right. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
We are the Downsized. We'll see you next time.